Yo, I know how we started off, man. We're gonna do this one right. We got Dave taking sugar shots over there. You know what I mean?
Dave taking
Yo,
sugar shots.
what's up,
He got
guys?
tropical fantasy and shit.
Today is gonna be fun. Yo, shout out to the Knicks because forget the bad boy Pistons, man. Yo, that era's over. The Pistons are gonna get better, but shout out to the Knicks for coming to do what they needed to do. Get these guys out of here. Tomorrow's gonna be in 5, right? That's what we all kind of said, but we were getting a little nervous. But we're gonna break it down for y'all. Salute to my guys. Let's have a dope show.
Let's do it.
Hello. Yo, things are good, man. Things are good. But yo, welcome back to Real Sports Talk, New York's new #1 sports talk show. Got Rod with me, got Jay with me, Q, D. How everybody feeling today, man?
Chilling.
It's a good day.
Good.
Good day.
Good.
Yo, it's a great fucking day, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into the Knicks, like Q said in the probably the second half of the show. But let's just jump right in, man. I want to talk about Shedeur, man. Like, as we all know, Shedeur Sanders has fell to round 5 in the draft. Cleveland traded up to get him. He goes to a team that has probably 5 quarterbacks in that quarterback room.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from Deshaun Watson, even though he's injured, but he's still on the payroll. He is the payroll.
Pretty much.
Joe Flacco, they drafted a kid right before Shedeur. And you got Kenny Pickens from who formerly on Pittsburgh. Where was he last year? I don't even remember where the fuck he was last year. What was Pickens last year? I can't remember at this minute. But either way, he dropped. Listen, Shedeur is a guy that most people thought throughout because we talked about Shedeur and Cam. That was like the fucking talk all last year. Who's going first? Shedeur, Cam, and Travis was in there too. Travis Hunter. You know what I'm saying? And at worst, people thought Shedeur was 3rd, and the Giants for a second looked like they might have taken him. I guess the interviews didn't go well with Dable and Shane. But for a guy who was so high on the draft boards, Mel Kiper or the mock draft guys had him 3. Some even had him 1. Mel Kiper and what's the dude's name? What's the he be on First Take? Former GM Louis Riddick. Mel Kiper and Louis Riddick had him at number 1. Mm-hmm. Not only does he fall out of the first round, he falls out of the first 4 rounds and gets drafted 5th. Now,
fell out of the first 2 days.
One, it's embarrassing, right? 2, I don't think it's called for, right? But I want to ask y'all opinion. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are speculating had to do with his pops, had to do with having bad interviews, him being arrogant and brash. Some say him not being talented. Some say it's a combination of all the above. Let me go to Q first, man. What happened with Shedeur? Why did he drop so far in the draft?
I was a big proponent of the Giants trying to get him, but there always has to be a little bit of truth to all the rumors and all the conspiracy stories going around there talking about he's cocky, doesn't want to play for this. Like, people ain't just saying that just because they're just putting words into people's mouths. You know what I mean? Like, somebody heard something that caused them to say something, right? I'm not saying everything that they came about was 100% true, but I'm starting to think that it was. When you grow up, being the son of Deion Sanders, you're gonna have some type of ego. You know what I mean? There's few people that become world renowned superstars and athletes that are able to have that type of professionalism, you know what I mean? Because they know how they're going to be scrutinized. They are going to be treated differently. And I think one thing that hurt him the most was all those rumors, even happened before the pro days, and he still doesn't want to do the workout. You know what I mean? Like, Cam Ward, it's okay for him because he had great interviews. He had a good workout. Like, they know this kid was cut and clean. You know what I mean? Like, Shedeur had a different narrative behind him. I think he should have went out there and showed it. And, you know what I mean, did his thing. And I'm pretty sure he probably would have got picked up. But, some people don't want to deal with that, especially as a rookie. You want a rookie headache, you know what I mean, who's going to be the leader of your team. It's just not And like I said, I shot myself in the foot because I really wanted the guy, and I'm kind of glad now that I
you
didn't
wanted him on
because
the
I feel
Giants.
like and I'm kind of glad like he didn't go there because this organization is not one of those organizations that deal with that type of foolery. You know, there is a certain type of reputation and characteristics that this team does have, and they have to make sure that they continue to display that throughout the seasons, whether they fucking lost every game or they had a good season and made it to the playoffs. But I mean, there was a couple of things that I think he could have changed his own image and helped themselves in the draft. But when certain people don't want to do that, it just doesn't look that good. You know
Q,
what I
let me
mean?
ask you something real quick. When you say like this organization doesn't want to, the Giants organization doesn't deal with that buffoonery, are you referring to what like Odell and Kadarius Toney and shit like that? Because I don't think that's
Yeah.
fair. I don't think you could put Shedeur in that box just because he's a little
No,
bit.
no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course not. Because like they didn't come here and did they came here and then we saw the true colors. They did everything right, and then they came here and were like, all right, hold on, man, I see your true colors. You know what I mean? But with Shador, it was just a little bit different. It was too much. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see somebody you're gonna draft to the team to lead your team, and you're hearing all these stories about him. I want to hear like, yo, this kid got the strongest arm. This kid can run down people. And then and I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna touch on this, because I call one of my boys because if we didn't get, Shedeur Sanders, I thought we were gonna at least get Jalen Milrow. I know he needed a little bit more work than Jackson Dart, but what I mean, like, and I think we touched on this in the past. Like, it's like borderline racism, man. Like, and that's what I'm starting to feel like. But
Mm.
I think there's other points to why they drafted Jackson Dart, but it's just unfortunate for Shedeur to have to deal with all this, man. So I just hope he's eventually going to be playing, but now he's going to have to beat out the other three cornballs on the Browns.
No doubt. Rod, racism play a part in this? Is it Dion? Is it him being too arrogant? Is it a lack of talent? What do you think, B?
I believe it's a little bit of everything you just said, but more importantly, I'm not going with this whole, we're not 143 better players that you're doing, Sanders. Attitude or not, you know what I'm saying? You want in your quarterback room, to say the least, you want somebody who you want a quarterback. You do want a quarterback with a chip on his shoulder. If I'm a Giants fan, to say the least, like look, we had Daniel Jones. Everybody year after year, as bad as he looked, we tried to lie our ways into saying that that was a good pick,
Mhm.
right? We tried to, oh no, he could run. He's got wheels. He just needs
Yeah,
trash.
I was one of them. I ain't going front. Go ahead.
I'm not even going to sit here and act like the Jackson Dart, like Jackson Dart over Shedeur Sanders. That's where I kind of say I don't want to say it's racism, right? Because it's like they're like 1A, 1B, right?
Mm-hmm.
You still have veterans in your quarterback room. The Giants came back in the first round and had another pick. You know what I'm saying? Where it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
like, and that's when they took Jackson Dart.
Traded
I
up, yeah.
wasn't mad that they got the linebacker. You know what I'm saying? That was a good move. We beef up your defense or what have you. But okay, you pick him over there. I'm just saying this has more so to do with the owners in the league buck breaking. You know what I'm saying? It's a modern day version of buck breaking, right?
Wow.
Because again, there are not. I don't care what y'all. I don't care what anybody says. There were not 143 people better than Shedeur Sanders that got drafted beforehand. You know what I'm saying? To say the least, he should have dropped. Let's just say the first round went, and very few quarterbacks went in the first round, so that's why he didn't go there. And let's just say the second round, we saw a lot of tight ends come off the board in the second round. Let's say he doesn't get. Maybe there only had two to three more quarterbacks that got picked in the second round. The third round, that's where he should have gone. So the fact that he didn't, the fact that we literally had to wait till Sunday, I think, or late
Yeah.
Saturday to find out where Shedeur Sanders was going, that's the league saying something without saying something. You know what I'm saying? That I'm not going to say it's collusion or anything like that, but that they talking to somebody. The other part about it is right, like me personally, if people like Johnny Manziel can talk his shit, Baker Mayfield, they could talk their shit, or any other quarterback could
Yo,
talk their shit and be that guy. And
it's a great fucking
if
point.
everybody else can be that, right? If everybody else can be that, right? Why is it? Why is it an antic? Like we'll say, oh, we don't want to. What team wants to deal with that circus? What circus? The fact that his father, who's contributed to American sports, if not world sports, his father helped make your league what it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Dion was an incredible player, right? He raised his sons. He raised his sons. He turned around. He turned 2 organizations around. Why is that kid not supposed to feel as cocky as he is? He was a part of all of that, and he was good at it. He was good. Like he was good. He got 3 wide receivers drafted.
Yeah.
You got Joe Horn. You got Travis Hunter. You got what's the other kid's name? Yo, the kid is. He might have some work to do just from making the transition from college to the NFL. But this is a good, solid quarterback. He's going to be good. I hope he exceeds the expectations. The thing that was really pissing me off is
he might not even make the team, Ra.
No, he's going to make the team.
Whose spot is he going to take?
Whose spot is he going to take? Probably the quarterback that they drafted ahead of him.
But think about this, right? First, second, third round. Normally, you're looking at guys we your team think can be part of the future. You know what I'm saying? Those first couple of rounds, right? So, that's like if he gets a spot over him, that's basically throwing that draft pick away. Joe Flacco, in my opinion, probably gonna get the nod. He's been there. He's been there last year. He knows the playbook. He's the experienced veteran guy. You got Kenny Pickens, not Kenny Pickens. What's his name? I keep getting him mixed up with the dude from the receiver from Pitt. What's his name?
No, it is
Kenny Pickens. Yeah. Kenny Pickens. He's even though he's bounced around a couple of teams, he's become a veteran guy. You still got Deshaun Watson, even though he's injured. And you have Shedeur. So unless Shedeur has a monster fucking preseason, wow, they're not gonna carry 5. They're not even gonna carry 4 quarterbacks. One goes to the practice squad, and to have 3, or you could have 3 on the fucking roster and 1 on the practice squad. Where's the 5th guy going? If they're playing fucking musical chairs, somebody's got a job over there.
I think the quarterback that they drafted before him is the one that's he's gonna end up catching the fight. Yeah, because not for nothing. A message was said. It's behind us now. You know what I'm saying? It is. You got drafted where you got drafted. It's up to Shedeur now to go out there and prove why he shouldn't have made it this far down. I think he has the capability of doing so. Right. So the other part of it, let's go back to the business of the NFL. The NFL is still about business and money. Having Shedeur on your team for a Cleveland Browns team, what else are we going to be watching out for? Unless Joe Flacco comes back and has one of these amazing, you need somebody to look at you. We're in Cleveland. We need them to look at us. So he's going to be good for business in general because he's Shedeur Sanders, right? The other part that I didn't like about it is like Q was saying, the narrative. He interviewed bad. He's cocky. He's this. He's that. Right? Everything that we've heard from this kid throughout the process, right? Throughout the entire process, I ain't heard the kid say one thing bad. And some of that shit you just can't teach. You could tell that this is a respectful kid. He might be loud, proud, and black, but like I said, I don't give a I'm good for you. You know what I'm saying? Good for you to be to not cold switch because the moment says just you, Shedeur, you have to calm down. Everybody else go where they change and talk shit, but the Sanders family, y'all have to calm down. Your father's talking too crazy. Y'all are too shiny. We're gonna humble you. Why? The kid said all the right things. You got people's sons from other teams prank calling him.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Come on, really look what happened to this kid.
Yeah.
Let's look what really happened to this kid. This was more than football. This was about something else. This wasn't just about football, because if it was about football, he doesn't slide all the way. This was about something way bigger than that.
I agree.
And the entire time, the one thing I gotta say is the way that the Sanders family has handled it was with grace and humility. Because by now, if I'm Dion, I'm talking my ish because I can. He hasn't come out talking crazy yet. Shedeur even answered the phone when the kid's son called and accepted his apology. So if he's all these things, all these things, the narrative, if everybody's saying it, got to be true. No, it doesn't. It could be what you want. This is what we need the narrative to be, because clearly we're wilding out. But so what? It's our league. This is our team. We're gonna do what we want. You know what I'm saying? What happened to Shedeur Sanders? In a long run, this is going to go down in sports history as one of the wildest things you could do to somebody on this particular level. And it wasn't deserving of it. Like I said, this was not about, he didn't look good in the pocket, or he didn't have the installment package correctly, so that's why we passed on him. It was none of those things. Even if I wanted to consider all those things, he didn't look good in the pocket, the drop down, and he didn't say the right thing in this interview. 143 motherfuckers don't go before him.
I could see him slipping out of even to the late first, But I can't even see him slipping past the second round. I agree with that. You know what I'm saying?
No, he got to go in the third. Preem had him pegged for the third round somewhere in there. And again, it stopped making sense to me after the third. Once I started seeing what quarterbacks they were drafting, like wait a minute, like what this is different now. Yeah. This is different now. They doing they drafting water boys at this point. Like, yo, we need somebody to clean the bathroom with the 132nd pick.
I thought he'd go to Pitt. I thought maybe Seattle might have picked. Like, there's a couple of things I thought.
The Saints
possibly, even though they got Carr there. Yeah, like I don't know, but
the quarterbacks that were chosen before him for those teams that needed a quarterback, for the teams that needed a quarterback, other than Cam Ward, we could make the argument. Well, hopefully Jackson Dart if it was a coin flip. Okay,
I don't love that pick, but God,
But let's just say the quarterbacks that got picked. Before Shedeur, right? Were teams that needed to fill that position.
Yeah.
Other than Cam Ward, an arguably Preem's guy. What'd you say his name was? That you like, Pete? What's his son's name?
Milroe.
He went late though. Then he goes.
He went real late.
Yeah.
There are at least 2 to 3 quarterbacks that got chosen before him, including the one who got drafted to Cleveland before Shedeur did. I don't even know who these guys are.
Yeah.
Like, who are these people?
Yeah.
They're supposed to go in the 5th round because who are you?
Yeah.
Shedeur Sanders, this is bigger than football. And I think eventually it comes out, and the NFL looks really bad. Like, this was less than desirable. Like, this wasn't a good look for the league. You know, it's definitely not encouraging for other people that are going to have this position. This is a bad look.
Who needed QBs though? The Giants needed a QB. Okay, let's say the Giants didn't pick him. They got Dart, right? Okay, I'm just going down the list. The Patriots were next. Obviously, they didn't need a quarterback. They got Drake May from last year. Cleveland, although they ended up drafting him, you can make the argument that they didn't necessarily need a quarterback. And I like Mason Graham. They're going to pay him with what's my man and Garrett and all that. And I like that. Raiders, I could have seen him going 6th. I could have definitely seen that. Maybe 9th to the Saints.
Saints need a quarterback.
Yeah, Saints. Bears don't need one.
Nope.
Niners don't really need one. Cowboys don't need one. Dolphins don't need one. Indianapolis don't need one. Falcons don't need. Yeah. So really, I can see how he falls out of this round if those two, if basically, the Saints or the fucking Raiders don't like him. But then, like you said, to go to the 5th round is just there's not 144 guys. That's better.
I kid you not. Me and Jay was on the phone. Jay was trying to call me. I was more passionate than Shedeur was about the whole situation. I'm telling you, I was going through it. Once it got past it, listen. Jay said this is where he's supposed to go. Once it got out, it stopped making sense. Like at this point now, I'm not even looking at the draft to see where he's going. I'm looking at the draft, seeing like, is this kid going to go undrafted?
It felt Kaepernick-ish, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It had that type of air of collusion to it. Now, I'm not saying it's racist. Use the word buck breaking, and I kind of agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they wanted to humble. They wanted to humble Deion Sanders, and they did it to his child.
Yeah,
a kid that earned his.
But why humble Deion though? Deion's a Hall of Famer. He did Jackson State. He did his thing with. He goes to Colorado. Why he's doing great things for it. Why is he humble him for what? Because he talks a lot of shit.
Because he's loud, proud, and black.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know if it's.
You want to go, Jay? Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
your thoughts.
I think there's levels to why this all happened. Some of it is a little bit of their own doing. They were, and I don't know if it's loud, proud, and black. I just think it's just loud, right? It don't have anything to do with them being black. We all know that. Everybody knows that, and they're not trying to accentuate or be over black or anything like that. They're loud and they're flashy, and Deion has every right to. Like you alluded to earlier, he had a spectacular career. He's done a ton, not just for the NFL, but for HSBCs, and then moving over to Colorado, and he was able to transform that program as well. And when you look at Shedeur, you see that he has talent. I think all of us on this can agree that he's got talent. Does he have the speed that you're seeing in some of the other quarterbacks? No. Does he have the accuracy? Absolutely. Does he have the arm strength? Maybe that's a little bit questionable. We know that he's durable. He can take an absolute fucking beating, because he took one this season that just passed because they had
sacked 39 times.
A horrible O-line, in addition to the fact that they had a running back who probably had you and I together could probably pick up as many yards as that fucking running back did. He had like 300 yards, some shit like that. So you have that.
No running game bad online. What do you expect? Go ahead.
Right. So you're gonna see that. But with that being said, there are things that I think that Dion might have done that contributed to making, and there's a huge word that keeps coming to mind, and we know for a fact that these fucking NFL owners don't like this word, distractions. They use it all the time. Is it going to be a distraction? Is it going to be a distraction? And we say us because of our affinity for Dion. We say, why is he going to be a distraction? He's Dion, But in other facets, it can easily become a distraction. And what I mean by that is if he goes somewhere where even in Cleveland right now, right? They have Cash said, they have 5 quarterbacks with Deshaun Watson. He'll probably never play another snap in the NFL just to keep it snug, right? I doubt versus. I know he had the setback, and he's probably not going to start this year. I think we've seen the end of Deshaun Watson.
Let me ask you, they're going to cut him and eat 180 million, whatever the fuck it is?
I don't think they're going to cut him, but I don't think they have a choice. At some point, they're going to have to cut bait with the guy. He's not a trade, right? Nobody's picking that guy up. You're not going to, even if you do trade him, you're going to eat a substantial amount of that anyway.
Hell of a dead cap hit to go with. I don't mean to.
Yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to figure out where he's going to end up, but realistically speaking, I don't think he plays another snap for the Browns or the NFL for that matter, right? I can see that. Yeah. You got Flacco, who had some success there actually. When they brought him off his couch, he played well. So you'll see that. And then you have Pickens. Pickens is on his 3rd team in 3 years. I think they'll sooner waive him rather than get rid of Shedeur. I think Shedeur's in a perfect place because he gets the opportunity. If he does what he's supposed to do in the offseason, this kid could legitimately see himself in a competition to start week 1. Realistically, you could possibly see him starting week 1 if he has an excellent training camp and he actually competes.
He would have to. If that happens, that's going to make the league look even more terrible.
I agree with Rob. I think they almost can't do that.
They can't do that.
Hold on.
That would be ridiculous.
This is not about the league. This is about what the Browns need to happen. We're only talking about the Browns. Stay with me. We're only talking about the Browns. Stay with me, right? Mm-hmm. But fast forward through time and space. I'm not even going to even go there with it. If you look back, or matter of fact, rewind back through time and space. Mm-hmm. A lot of the things that Dion was saying on a lot of publications, very, very loudly about he was going to control where his child was going to go.
That's a good point.
You can't mush that shit in an NFL owner's face because they're going to do this. They're going to say that's a problem for them.
Hold on.
Wait a minute. Archie Manning told them.
Christ. I think Jesus Christ, it's crazy. Oh my God. Wow. No, that reaction was to my words.
My words.
So my question
mush your shit in niggas' faces, dog.
I do have a question for you. You said you can't do that and owners not take it. Archie Manning told the league Eli will not play on the West Coast. He did say that.
He said that after the draft.
He said that during the draft. The Chargers drafted him was like saying happening.
Time out. He didn't say that months and weeks leading up to the draft to give everybody time to set up for it.
Yeah.
He said it in real time while the shit was happening. There's a difference. If you alert me to the fact that you're going to be a fucking issue for me.
What did Dion say again? We're going to control the narrative and we might not let him go here. Some shit like that, right?
He said, I know the business and I'm not going to let my son go to, I know these organizations. I'm not going to let my son go to a team where he's not going to get it back. I'm damn. You say you damn right. I mean, I'm going to be a part of his career. I understood all of that. I don't see. I understand what he's saying. He knows the business. His son don't know the business.
Hold on. Let me just say.
You're changing what I said there and what I've witnessed.
Jay, to your point, and I'm gonna let you finish, but I just want to ask you this: do you think that with Dion saying that, with Shedeur being quote unquote arrogant and bad in interviews, do you think that him going to a team where he might be the backup, do you think that that's too much noise and luggage and like whoever used the word distraction for a team to want to pick up a backup with all that noise behind him?
I think you have to look at it that way because God forbid if the quarterback that's playing, like teams are looking at it this way. Right. Teams are looking at it this way. They want to give their quarterback, an opportunity to be successful. Nobody wants to play looking over their shoulder, right? So if you bring in a high caliber player like that, unfortunately, it puts whatever quarterback you have in that position. But forget that part of it. The fans may start to clamor and want Shedeur, right? And if the team starts to say, hey, listen, we got to focus on what we want rather than bring in a rookie who may not have the stuff right now.
Yeah.
it creates a moment where now you have that distraction, and that's okay. We've
And
seen
Dion,
that
maybe
before.
Dion
Now it's
leaking shit to the press. I think that's why Dable and Shane stayed away from him, because their jobs is on the line.
their job's on the line.
He might have been throwing shit out in the press, play my son, or they're not playing. You know,
He's
I
also
think that's
said
what,
publicly that he wants to coach his son at some point in the NFL.
that's another reason.
So like coaches are even looking at it like, do I really want that pressure of having one? If it doesn't go well, I got to bring him in, and the pressure to bring him in, and two,
But
if
still,
it doesn't.
144, Jay, that's a lot.
I agree. I'm on record as saying that I wanted him for the Giants. I don't, like I've said this a number of times. Like it's on the show.
No, yeah.
I'm not a advocate.
No, I know. Yeah.
I'm just solely saying like these are the things that I know for a fact as a business owner. You have to make some business decisions. Now it's unfortunate that 32 teams didn't make these decisions because 32 teams didn't need quarterbacks. So we just went over that. So let's say 6 teams out of 32 made that decision as far as whether we're going to go with Dion or with Shedeur or not. Not 32, because I know a lot of people get it confused. 32 teams passed up on him. 32 teams didn't have a need for him.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have to be realistic.
So can I ask you a question with that? Because 32 teams may not have had a need for him based off of either them not having picks or them trading their picks away. And hey, by the time we pick again, if I'm a team and I'm looking at this, even if I didn't need a quarterback, right? But I could pick up one of the a talent that I could use as trade equity in the future. Like I think me and you was talking about it before. Premiums, like, to say the least, the Browns have a leverage piece with Shedeur because there might be a team that didn't do the right thing during the draft, but at some point they're going to need something, and the Browns can say, "We'll give you Shedeur. We need picks," or so forth and so on. Like,
but then that happens in the 5th round, though, Rob. That's where you do that. You don't do that in the 2nd and 3rd round. You're trying to beef up the team that you have in areas that you're deficient. You're not going to waste a pick in the 2nd round to pick up a guy that I can maybe trade later. I'm picking up D-line. I'm picking up tackles. I'm picking up edges. I'm picking up
secondary pieces,
wide receivers. I'm picking up pieces that I can use if I have a quarterback already. I'm not
which is what we saw, right?
That direction.
Which is what we saw, right? Which is absolutely what we saw. But at the end of the day, even if I take that number and say 143 people shouldn't have gone before Shedeur, right? Let's just say let's put that number into the amount of teams that may have had a need for a quarterback, right? And then let's try to conceptualize how many picks should have gone before he got picked. There's still not 30 players in the realm of where he should have gotten picked. Maybe not in per round. But even in that 30-player round, not 140, he should not have made it all the way to the 5th round, man. Like, this is bigger than. I agree. This has more to do with, hey, my God, you want to get who's?
Let's get these thoughts.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get Dave's thoughts. Dave.
I want to get these thoughts. It's wild.
Oh, wait.
Hold on.
Christ.
Dave's got something to say.
I think, Jesus Christ, it's crazy. Oh, my God. Wow. No, that reaction was to my words.
Wow is the funniest part of that.
That's the dopest soundbite we might have.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Ah,
man. What? Like you said, all of you guys brought up excellent points, man. It's got to be something bigger than football. It has to be. I mean, like this has to be like get back in your spot. For
sure.
Like you were saying, man. It's just like buck breaking. He's too strong. He's too confident. This is like something to break his confidence, I feel like. But to what Jay was saying, if there's a legitimate need, like if they have a legitimate need for him, let's say he ends up starting, like then, like you said, it looks even crazier. You let this great talent slip to the 5th round. Why? Like, for what reason? Like, we'll never know. Like, this is a crazy year in sports. There's a lot of crazy, weird things going on, like trade-wise. Like this incident, like, it's like they're not being really upfront about things now. It's like we're not gonna hide anything. Like,
To me,
Why? Like you said, why
stopped all
else?
the covert shit and the clandestine shit with the whole Kaepernick shit. That's when they just said, "Fuck it, we gonna show you who we are." And I'm still mad about that. I ain't watched football for a year. I ain't gonna front. You know, I went back and maybe it's a sucker move, but
Yo,
Q will tell you I didn't watch football the whole year. I was like, this is some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So,
but
you know,
let's keep it a buck though. Like I'm not even like if you really want to sit back and think about it, like, are you really surprised that the Browns, you know, did this? Like people like the Browns are gonna either be the team that always drafts, like if he has a bad year or years or just doesn't pan out, it's just gonna look like to the rest of the league like the Browns don't know how to draft quarterbacks.
or it's a genius move because you picked up a franchise quarterback in the 5th round. You ain't gonna pay the motherfucker third round, third pick money.
And it's gonna be a win. It's gonna be a win-win and a win for the NFL as an organization to say, hey, look, this guy didn't pan out, and the Browns dropped the ball again. You know what I mean? Like Johnny Manziel didn't pan out. Let's keep it a buck. Baker Mayfield didn't have good seasons when he was in there neither. And then then they try to get Deshaun Watson. Like, come on, man. Like, and this all happened within like the last 10 years, and they were the team to get Shedeur Sanders, even after drafting another quarterback right before him. But if it does work out and he becomes a starter, they look like, damn, they may be turning this shit around because we know they're a team that desperately needs help. How many number 1 picks? Remember that? I think it was like 2014 or some shit. They had like 2 number round picks, like 1 and 4, and it just didn't pan out. Like, if I'm not bugging, like it just looks like more of a reason for the Browns to make that decision.
Can I ask you this though? If it like 99% of the time, if they thought his talent, you're only as good as you're only tolerated as far as your talent is concerned, right? That's what they all say, right? If his talent was through the fucking roof, I don't see us having this issue, right? Like you deal with the shit. Like they used to deal with Odell, they used to deal with Ocho, they used to deal with T.O. until his talent wasn't there anymore. Then you're just you're disposable. But you think it could have just be this is devil's advocate. I don't believe this. You think it could just be a talent thing?
It could be. Think about this. Think about Larmy Tunsil. The guy got caught with a fucking weed mask on the day of the draft. The photographs appeared with him wearing a weed mask.
Yeah.
And he still went in the first fucking round.
Yeah.
And they tolerated it. He ended up going to the
It's hard to say racist because the number 1 pick was black. So it's hard to play the race card on this, but
nah, that's why I said we can't play the race card outright. But you can, like I said, buck breaking, that term is a racist term. And the reason why I say you got to be very careful of what happens or what this set the precedent for the league. Also, for up-and-coming talent, they can move you out of your spot that you fought for and push you anywhere they want in this draft.
Yeah, it's what no doubt.
You're
right.
You gotta be very careful of what this is actually doing to these kids
You're right.
that are putting their body on the line. They're training for their whole life. That's basically telling you that a top-ranked college player who y'all created the way it's supposed to work, college to the NFL, and this is the process to do it. Yeah. Y'all are now setting the precedent to say, hey, listen, my team may need a quarterback, and there's a Heisman dude that deserves that first round draft pick, and all the caveats that come around it, how you get paid, contracts, and all that. And they could say, you never know. You might be number 1, but we'll pick you up whenever we see fit. This is a dangerous. This is you.
I don't subscribe to that.
The best point you made, and hold on, the best point you made, and I didn't think of this, Rod, was the Manziel Baker Mayfield point. You're absolutely 100% right in that. Them niggas is as cocky and as brash and as arrogant as you could fucking get. Why weren't they treated the same fucking way? Well, Manziel was pushed out the league, but Baker Mayfield has been given opportunity after opportunity after fucking opportunity.
But at the time that they came out, they were better football players than Shedeur. Being realistic,
that's objective.
Maybe Baker, but Manziel, I don't know if you can make the case for that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, at that time he was going nuts. Like I think we have to be realistic. At that time, it was Manziel mania. Like he was absolutely
mega trash on Cleveland, though. Yeah.
But when he got to the league, he was trash. And Baker was too, for that matter. They both went to the same team. Check that shit out, right?
But what was the first pick, wasn't he?
What is it? What is it that you always say, Jay? You say something like, we can't be a prisoner of the moment. Like when you say they were better than Shedeur was in their moment in college. Again, we don't get to choose what this class was. We could take a look at this draft class and go, who are the best players to be drafted? The kid absolutely balled out. As far as the quarterbacks that are in this, as far as all the quarterbacks that are in this particular year, shit, Allen Iverson's not Michael Jordan, but it doesn't change the fact that he's still AI.
I'm not talking about them. I'm not comparing them as far as if they were in the same class. I'm talking about
saying that they were
look at that class and look at the class we just witnessed.
Mm-hmm.
Look at those respective classes and look at the class we just witnessed.
Shedeur Sanders is not a good quarterback to you?
Bro, I didn't say he's not a good quarterback. I think you I don't know how many times I got to say that either, because I've said it a number of times. I wanted the guy on the Giants. I can't walk that back. I know what I wanted, but I have to be realistic with what I actually saw. Like, some of it was fandom for Dion. Some of it was I was absolutely a fan of Dion, and I understood, like, yo, this kid's going to be great. And I watched him, and I thought that he was good. I don't know about great. When you look at Shedeur play, do you see greatness?
He has the potential to being, if he has from the first year I saw him to now, yes. If Shedeur continues to progress and get better every year, like he has every year in college, and if he's able to make the transition into the league, because there are things there's no rookie quarterback that I think is going to come out and just get busy. I don't think Cam Ward is going to come out completely amazing, but I believe if he makes that step, yes, I do think that Shedeur will be a very solid quarterback.
Okay,
sure.
So stay right there. The words that you used are fantastic.
A great quarterback. I think he'll be a great quarterback. Yes, I think he's going to be a great quarterback.
I don't see great. I see that he'll be a very, very, very good quarterback. I really do. And I've thought about that a number of times now. I don't know. I'll go around the room real quick.
They didn't see great with Tom Brady. I don't know if they necessarily saw great with Peyton Manning. I mean, we can go down the line with
winning makes you great. Yeah, winning makes you great. It doesn't.
Brock Purdy.
Well, he's not great.
He's not great.
Yeah.
Are you talking about great? Oh, I think.
But even an undersized Drew Brees. You know what I mean? Eli. You know, like you can go now. Well, Eli was number one pick. I don't know if we can make that comparison, but there's different quarterbacks not coming to mind right now. I don't know. We'll see, man. Like, we'll see.
Do you think Eli Manning? Do you think Eli Manning was a great quarterback
in college?
No, on the Giants.
Then you flip flops.
I think he was a very good quarterback. I think he was a very good quarterback.
Okay,
yeah.
Because I thought he was great in college in Ole Miss.
No, I'm talking about in the NFL.
He was special in Ole Miss.
In the NFL,
the records.
Yo, listen, in the NFL.
So that's what I'm saying.
Do you think Eli was a great quarterback?
Who had great moments? Great moments for sure.
Do you think
he was a great college player?
Legendary moments.
Who had great moments in
we're not
NFL.
We're not talking about college anymore. We're in the NFL. Do you think Eli Manning was a great quarterback?
No.
I'm not sure where you're going.
Answer the question. Do you think Eli Manning was a great quarterback? Yes or no?
Got 2 rings. Why not? Yeah.
Why not? No. Yes or no, P?
Yes.
Was he? So he was a great quarterback?
Absolutely.
That means that if Shedeur can do that for any team, then he's going to be great. If Shedeur comes in here and wins 1 Super Bowl, I don't give a fuck if he looks like Tom Brady or not. It's gonna pan out to saying, yo, he was a great quarterback. No, I'm not reversing.
You are, because I didn't say anything about him being great in the NFL. I said, you see a great quarterback right now.
Yes.
You see a great quarterback right now. And
yes, I do.
No.
No, I do see a great quarterback. I see a great quarterback. I think that kid is amazing. He better than shit. I had him as a top quarterback in college.
I mean,
I thought he was very exciting to watch.
I watched your argument, my man. Go for it.
No, go home and get your fucking shine box.
but the only reason we can't say that right now is because we only could judge based on their greatness and their talent and their competitiveness and their athleticism only through college. Like, shit may or may not work out, and it's gonna take years. It's gonna take 2-3 years. Maybe even more. Come on, look how long it took Sam Darnold. Look how inconsistent Kirk Cousins was. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of quarterbacks. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of quarterbacks, like that we could see and probably would have thought that they would have been better, or we thought they were going to be worse, and then flip-flop. They just became either better down the line, or they just became worse. Down the line. But we could say we hope he's going to turn out to be great. I think he does have a lot of potential. I just think he needs to be in the right organization. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think this is the perfect organization, because I think this is going to be a win-win situation for Shedeur. It's going to be either he's going to show out against these bum ass quarterbacks and say, "Yo, this is what y'all did. This is what y'all passed up on," or it didn't work out, and then the rest of the league is gonna be like, "Damn, man, maybe I was a bust. I shouldn't have said all that shit that they said I was saying. My father, whatever the hell, man. Maybe everybody was right with their speculation. You know what I mean? But I guarantee it's gonna put that chip on his shoulder to make sure that he has to come out swinging and punching for those first 3 years of his career in the NFL.
Good work, my brothers, man. Let's towel off. Everybody's a little heated and shit.
Let's towel off.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's a little, you know.
Let's take a shot for Shedeur. Take a shot for Shedeur, bro.
Yeah.
Take a shot for Shedeur, man.
He's definitely got something to prove now, man. He's definitely got something to prove. Like
he do, and I hope he does, man. But you know who got something to prove right now? Detroit, because them jokers is looking soft. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to play my dudes like we was soft, and we was looking a little bit soft. Oh, we taking a shot? Let's go.
Yeah.
You took a shot already?
No,
I just poured it. Salute.
Yeah, but Detroit's looking soft. They look like the bully who got punched back in the face, man. Listen, Knicks going to Detroit, game 3 and 4, handle business. Up until the second half in game 3, I was like, damn, the refs was letting them really go. It looked like a straight up 90s game. I thought the Knicks were getting bullied a little bit, but something in that second half, game 3, a light switch turned on, man. Cat got super aggressive. You know, the rest of the guys, they started really, you seen this toughness with them. You know, Mikal, you know, Q loves Mikal. They pull out game 3. Game 4, nail biter. Legendary game in my opinion. And, you know, Knicks come out swinging. They come out with a big 13-point lead. Detroit kind of scraps their way back. Knicks kind of lose that lead towards the end of the second. Really, in the second half is where Detroit comes on. They get a fucking big lead. The Knicks bounce back. Brunson leaves the game. Everybody's holding their breath in New York. We don't know what's going on with him. Everybody's nervous. Like, yo, is it the ankle? I heard. I think it was Green say it could have been the ACL. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. But
I was almost starting crying in Cash.
Yo, I thought it was. I said, yo, I'm done. That's it. I was already like, I'm tired of being a Knicks fan. I was only going through my fucking self-deprecation and shit. You know, I'm tired of being a Knicks fan. I'm done with this shit. 52 years. You know, the shit I do every game.
Out the window.
They go down by 2. I'm already.
I saw that shit in person. I saw that shit in person.
You saw that? Yo, this is bullshit. I'm not fucking with these niggas no more. I'm tired of these niggas. So then he started to come back. I told you these niggas was coming back. You know, I was on that type of time. You know what I'm saying? But yo, man, what a fucking comeback. Cat answered the bell. Tobias Harris popping shit to the nigga. He turns around, big 3. Mikal Bridges, big fucking 3s. Brunson comes back in the game on some Willis Reed shit and just starts busting fucking Ricky Schroeder's ass.
It was crazy.
He busting Ricky Schroeder's ass. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Silver spoons.
Yeah, silver spoon. He starts busting his ass, and the Knicks, you know, we had the controversial call in the fucking corner, the Tim Hardaway 3. I blame that shit. You know, forget about. Listen, Bickerstaff crying. He was annoying. First of all, he was annoying me the whole fucking game. That motherfucker cried too fucking much.
Oh my god!
But you can't cry when you got fucking Detroit basically beating up the Knicks on every fucking possession, man. Yo, this shit was like a wrestling match. Every possession, somebody's on the floor, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And he's the one who said, swallow the whistle. He said, yo, guys, swallow the whistle.
Swallow the whistle. And he's the dumb motherfucker in the first quarter, if y'all remember. Challenges a fucking bullshit fucking play.
Yeah.
Loses the challenge and loses the challenges for the rest of the fucking game. Dumb. And he did this the second game in a row. That was a dumb fucking move. But listen, the Knicks look, they look tough. They look resilient. They were clutch. Mikal Bridges hits that. I think they were down by 8 or 9, and Mikal Bridges hitting that 3. You know, kind of gets lost in the heroics of everybody else, so Brunson and Cat shit and you know the rest of the guys. But that 3 was like stabilized the fucking Knicks. That was a huge fucking shot. Right, marked it right. The bad things I will say about OG. Cade is busting your fucking ass, my man. You got to figure this shit out. Cade is getting wreck on you. You know what I'm saying? Light skin supposed to be out of style, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? This ain't fucking 1991, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? But yo, real talk. I want to go to Rob first. No, let me go to D first. Your thoughts on the Knick game, man. I think somebody owes you some paper, right?
Let's get to it.
Soon. I was just saying, Rob, how should I get them that crispy 10? I think I'm gonna take a
Well,
5 and 5 singles.
I told you I was never worried. I knew the Knicks was gonna be here. I was confident.
No. I know we talking about the Knicks, but we're gonna get back to your Lakers in a minute. Back to the Knicks, man.
Well, the Lakers,
We'll get back to your Lakers in a minute.
Lakers, it ain't over yet.
Takes Venmo, Zelle, Cash App, whatever you got.
Western Union.
Western Union.
Yo,
boat,
the Knicks, man. Yo,
got it.
game. Oh man, that game, man. Cat. I'm thinking we're seeing like some of the defining moments of his career, right? Like I don't know, am I bugging? Like that shot from the corner, from the side where he was over the backboard, like
game 3 and 4. He had that turnaround in game 3 too. That was crazy. Yeah.
It was a Larry Bird shot.
We're seeing some of the shots that they're gonna be replaying throughout his career, man. Like that was a huge shot, that corner shot, and then the 3 after that.
Yeah.
If he doesn't hit those shots, I think we lose the game, man.
We lose for sure.
I mean, everyone did a great job yesterday, but Cat just those 2 shots right there were insane.
Brunson came back in the game clearly looking to bust Schroeder's ass. Clearly. First play of the game, he went right at him.
Right
and
at
he started cutting him.
Well, I sent you out a text the other day. Brun is back. He's back. Remember how first game we were saying like he didn't look like he was right. He was looking like a step off.
Yeah,
he don't look he's on right now. Like
he's used to the physicality, I think, because they was throwing like a Saw,
soft touches high off the board.
Cade, Asor, Beasley, these motherfuckers they throwing on them. They're big fucking long, lengthy paws guards and shit. It was bothering him in the beginning, but I think he's figured it out now.
Yeah, he definitely figured it out by now. Like I think everything you saw it was a master fucking class, yo. That's really what it was. It was a master class. As soon as Brunson came back out of the locker room, you knew that there was a different level of intensity. I think the team rallied behind that also. I think there was a level of pride that went into play because I'll be honest, the Pistons, they're not playing basketball, they're playing fucking football. There's a post that I saw on social media.
Yeah. No, that's a fact,
they got it's 2 of these motherfuckers and they got Cat hemmed up like they're dragging him out of a club. I said, what the fuck is going on here?
And the only reason, and honestly, the only reason I feel like they even in this thing because they don't have enough, they don't have nearly the amount of fucking talent the Knicks have. It's because they're playing this bully bullshit. That's the only reason why they're even in these fucking games. Because if it was being called even closer, they would have got ran out of the fucking gym.
And think about this: the last play, I know that we said that everybody's saying that that Tim Cardio fucking Junior over there fucking got fouled.
But Tim Cardio.
The niggas couldn't hit a 3 at all.
But what happened to Josh Hart in that moment before the basketball rolled over to Tim?
Got fouled 3 times.
He got fucked up by 3 guys. Pause.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we gotta be fair. And Bickerstaff, he's been pissing me the fuck off. If he's gonna say all this, like he was. And listen, was it a foul? I don't know. Like it depends. It depends on where you look. You know what I'm saying? It didn't really appear like a foul to me. It appeared like Tim Hardaway kind of put his body out towards to get that contact.
A little hip check,
a little bit. I think it was a little bit. There was some incidental fucking contact, but I think some of that was perpetuated by the hip push out by Cardio. But
it doesn't matter. The whistle wasn't blown.
Yeah, and listen, Knicks in 5, bro. As I said in the beginning, Knicks in 5. We're going back tomorrow night. I'm gonna have this place catered to my liking. That just means I'm ordering Wingstop. That's all it means. That's all it means.
Yo,
I don't think I think that that's why he didn't get the call, man, because the referees took a look at they saw that he
in real time.
That was some sloppy basketball too.
Yeah,
they were letting that.
Detroit. I felt like every time down the floor, Detroit was turning this shit over. It was crazy. Anyway, Rob, what do you think, B?
Knicks in 5.
Knicks in 5.
Listen. As long as Cat is playing like that, As long as Cat is playing in the New York brand of basketball, and he's not that oh God, as long as he's not doing that, you know what I'm saying? He's playing like a real
At the
big
hands
man.
and shit.
Yeah, like
Fire.
as long as Cat is playing like that, not for nothing, the Knicks, this should have a gentleman's sweep. It should have been in 4. It's going to be a gentleman's sweep. Knicks are going to go next game. The Knicks are going to take care of business,
I
get
think
them
Nick's
out of
gonna
here.
blow them out. I think Nick's gonna blow them out the next.
I
I
think
think
the
they're
Knicks are gonna
defeated.
blow them out, too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that would have been that last game was a punch in the stomach.
yeah.
That's Detroit. No, we got to figure something else out. I'm not saying the Knicks can come out and play. The Knicks have to come out and play that exact same brand of basketball. I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like they can't come out and play any. They have to play like that for the rest of the playoffs because
You're gonna hear whistles too next game. A lot of whistles, I guarantee
who do the Knicks draw in the next round?
Boston.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have to play this type of basketball times 10 against Boston.
I think it kind of helps them. I think it kind of helps them.
Boston is not going to be what these guys are. Boston is going to come and y'all are going to have to play this same.
Yeah. A lot more spacing. There's not a whole lot of spacing on the floor right now with with Detroit and the Knicks.
What I like though is I like when Jalen Brunson comes out and he sets the tone. I hate the games where it's kind of like everybody's trying to figure out who the hot guy is going to be. So some days you come out, you want to try to get your facility. No, come out, start wilding immediately, and like Jay said, let the team rally around you. Let Cat come. Once Cat sees you moving how you moving, the team's going to have to hold you accountable. Cat's going to get easier shots. It's going to allow everybody else to do what they got to do. Everybody else.
I think OG need to fall back a little bit. OG thinks he's a little bit more offensively gifted than he really is. If you be watching him, every time he gets the ball, he like that. Nigga want to shoot and shit. You know what I'm saying?
But you got to give.
And he got no more like OG and Cat.
Offensively delusional.
OG and Cat, they honestly. They need to get some moves, like especially Cat. I know he had the great game. I get it. I love him. To me, that he stamped his card as a true Knick, quote unquote, right? But I think moves wise, he need to go see Carmelo. I've been saying this, go see Carmelo this summer and get a post game. Because he'll drive to the basket and just get stuck. You ever notice that shit? That little fucking trying to get around niggas. He can't get around niggas. He'll just get stuck. Same with OG. OG got his shit punched on the fucking baseline. Did you see that shit late in the fucking game? These niggas have no move, no spins, but nothing, bro.
You gotta let OG do his thing because if OG's hot.
Yeah, but he ain't been hot and he's getting cooked on the offensive. OG been getting his ass whooped.
You mark my words, OG's gonna have a monster game tomorrow.
He got to lock shit down.
And think about this. Well, OG's averaging 3 steals a game. I mean, the shit's getting lost in translation because Cade is actually kicking his ass.
Wilding on him. Kaylee's
but
wilding
3
on him.
steals a game is a lot of fucking steals, bro. Like he's averaging 3 steals a game over 4 games.
How good is Cade though? Because OG is a superior defender, man, and he's
Cade's
making
good.
it look easy.
Cade's good.
Yeah, he's good.
Cade's good. Cade's good. But I want to ask you.
He ain't good as Brunson. We got to go to Cuba.
Here we go. That's what I wanted to know. Is he better than Brunson?
No.
There we go. That's all.
Talent wise, or just. I think he's better. I think he has more talent.
Who?
I think Cade got more talent, more physical talent, more physical gifts, I should say.
I'd say that. I don't say.
I think he's a better defender. I think he's a better athlete. He's taller, like you know what I'm saying. Naturally, obviously. And I don't think right now he's better, but I think he has the potential to be better. I'll say that.
I mean, because we could say he has more physical gifts than Steph Curry in that, but Steph is still a better basketball player.
Yeah. But I don't want to get misconstrued. I don't think he's better than him now. And Brunson, Brunson's the fucking.
Brunson's
we're gonna get into this in a minute because I said some shit yesterday. Niggas got all over me. I said Brunson was the best Knick ever. Niggas damn near was running after me with
he's damn near. He's damn near right there, man. Like Brunson is controlling his playoffs, and like what Ross said, like Brunson needs to keep doing that. Control the tempo of the game. Homie had 10 assists before the third quarter, before the fourth quarter. Like and
you was mad at him too the other day, Q. You was like he dribbled too much.
Because that's what he needs to stop doing and flopping.
Q
and
don't
shit
like none
that,
of them,
man. But like, I love him. It's just like, come on, we were up by 16, and then, they went on what? They had 11-0 run at the end of the second quarter, and then they started the third quarter with a 10-0 run. Like, come on, my guys, like we should have won by like 10 to 15 points yesterday, man. With all the turnovers that they had, all the steals that we had, yo, we allowed them to have 40-something points in the paint. Like, we're clogging up our paint. We're taking dumb contested shots. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, Bridges is going to the left of the basket, but with his right arm. Like, yo, it's just like, yo, it's just a lot of
stop
errors.
That shit.
It's just a lot of errors that happen, but then he hit big shots down the line. But, you know, like, but I think Brunson needs to come out the gate. Yo, he started the game off with, like, vicious assist, man. Like, yo, vicious, dope bounce passes, like finding the open man. We all know Brunson can score whenever he wants to, but we don't need him to score every time. That's why we have a team, man. Because when he needs to take, when he takes
score though.
Well, but that's what I'm getting to too. People need to make their shots. Like, we shot horribly, but we're also getting lucky because they're just the Pistons is consistent 3-point shooting team. They shot like 27% from the 3-point line.
They didn't hit a three in like the first fucking. Like 16 minutes of some crazy shit at the game.
It took Tim Hardaway like seven tries. You know what I mean? Like, he was
Tim cardio.
Cardio was just, you know what I mean? He was on the Peloton and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I hate the Pistons. I hate fucking Chauncey Billups, Ben Wallace. I hate the Pops over there. I hate fucking the fake Piston, Jalen Rose. I know he grew up in Detroit. Nigga, you're a Indiana Pacer, nigga. And fucking Chris Webber's in the fucking stand looking depressed like he's on fucking Ozempic and shit or whatever the fuck that shit is. Yo, man, I'm tired. Yo, pack these niggas up, man. I'm tired of all these
Tim
niggas.
Hardaway's big ass head.
Yeah, his big ass head with his mustache. You gotta grow a goatee, nigga, man. You can't just do
the goatee.
You can't do the mustache without the fucking goat. It don't look right, man. You look like Steve Harvey out this motherfucker.
Nigga ain't had facial hair in fucking 35 years.
Yo, man,
I'm tired of all them niggas. Pack these niggas up. Get them the fuck out of here. Let's go to Boston.
Yo, Knicks in 5 right here, and I think the way we're playing right now is, I think we're playing so vicious right now. I don't want to see us playing this aggressive against the Celtics because we're gonna get Towns fucking fouled out of the game. You know what I mean? We just need to cut off the spacing for the Celtics. But this is a good starting point. Now we
got
the
league turning though, in your opinion? Because I don't remember the refs letting this game be this crazy, man. And
nah, man,
are they tired of this 3-point bullshit that we talked about?
I think
they've been doing this.
What you say, Rob?
They've been doing this in the playoffs a lot.
It tightened up a little bit, but this is some wild shit that's going on.
Oh, yeah, this is like 80s, 90s.
It makes for a better basketball game. Like, I could actually say I'm enjoying the basketball game. I'm tired of watching. Okay, they're gonna set the screen. Somebody's gonna roll. They're gonna pick. They're gonna pop to the 3-point line. Oh, he missed it. Now it's flying down the other side. They're gonna do the same thing. That shit is not fun basketball. When was the last time? Like, where's the real highlight reel? Like, motherfuckers ain't getting reverse windmill dunked on anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I miss those type of basketball.
Yo, McBride tried though. McBride tried. He tried fucking that shit, yo.
Yeah, like, I don't even think that's why the slam dunk contest is whack, because motherfuckers don't even know how to dunk in game, let alone outside of the game.
Yeah, it's a fact. LeBron fucked that up. That's a story for another day. But yo,
whoa.
What I say?
There we go.
Why
you know, I think Jesus Christ.
It all comes back to that guy somehow.
God. Wow. No, that reaction was to my words.
Wow. Jesus Christ. God. Wow.
Yeah, man.
How did LeBron fuck up slam dunking? Because he didn't go into the slam dunk contest?
That's what I think.
Me too. I agree.
Oh, he fucked up slam dunks in game and out game because he didn't want to.
No, he fucked up the dunk contest.
Just the dunk contest.
So again, just to clarify my thinking, because LeBron James did not go into the slam dunk contest, he ruined all the future slam dunk contests.
Yep.
Do you believe
you know what it is? Because he made it scary for niggas. He made niggas start getting scary. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, all the guards was in the slam dunk contest, man. Right? Kobe, Jordan, Vince,
Carter,
right?
Tracy McGrady,
Dominique, and then you remember that one year LeBron had the nerve to be in the stands, stop the whole dunk contest, like, yo, I'm throwing my hat in the ring. Y'all remember this shit? I'm throwing it, and then didn't do it. Scary nigga, man.
Here's the thing I'll contend. This is a hot take because I know this ain't about him or what have you, but
Jay, you got get him with this LeBron shit.
I'm gonna get a LeBron jersey.
LeBron section.
You got the Birdman shit going on.
Yo, I what if LeBron in game he could fly? Like, I know the guy can fly, but what if he's just not really creative? What if he's actually a boring dunker? Like, outside of what we know he can do dunking the basketball, What if he's not like?
You ever see him on the layup line?
What is he doing on the
He be
layup
doing
line?
wild shit on the layup line.
The motherfucker be
Fucking
going off
rocking
the
the baby
board.
to sleep
He's
and all that.
paying everything.
Yeah.
He has a dunk package. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I think he was just scared because it would have hurt his brand. That's what I think. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think
But that makes you scary.
he's afraid of taking it out. Like if you're afraid of
and he even,
if you're
he even
afraid
plays basketball like that. Like Jay, the shit you
He's
sent to the
he's scared to win, man.
what's the shit you sent to the chat the other day? He passed it to
Fucking like I believe in you.
AR-15 or some shit.
I believe in you.
Yeah, the right basketball player. I'm so tired of that shit. Drive to the basket, you gotta clear. That's that Ben Simmons shit from a couple years ago. Just not as not as bad.
Bro, finish it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Finish the shit.
All right.
You don't agree?
No, listen. It doesn't even matter.
We blame LeBron for everything. We blame LeBron for the tariffs on China. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying?
1,000%.
Yo, fucking yo.
1,000%.
LeBron is the cause of everything.
Jay's Tesla could break down and be like, fucking LeBron, man.
LeBron, bro. This motherfucker.
But Jay, why you up on the big screen real quick? I do want to ask you this. I mean, I'm Ra. I want to ask you this. I maybe I was a prisoner in the moment yesterday, but that was like some legendary shit. Brunson did yesterday. The theatrics of the ankle being hurt, coming back in the game, hitting all those big clutch shots. Very big fucking game in Detroit. To me, that sealed the series. A lot of people say he's knocking on the door to be the greatest Knick of all time, and we kind of talked about this a couple of weeks ago with the Carmelo thing. I kind of jumped out the window and said he might be. He's the greatest Knick I've seen. I didn't see Frazier in them play. I love Pat. I think it's between him and Patrick Ewing. Am I crazy to say that?
You're not crazy to say that, but that's a crazy thing to say.
You
know what I'm saying?
Tomato.
But for some reason, that shit made sense.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Like what?
I'm not crazy to say it, but it's a crazy thing to say.
And let's just say again, like Knicks that we've seen, like we know that there are great Knicks. The thing that will make him the greatest Knick ever, if Brunson's able to deliver the city a chip while we're still alive and we can watch it, right? That would arguably put him as the best Knick ever, based off of, let's just say, since Patrick Ewing, you know what I'm saying? Since the Carmelo Anthony, since the Stephon Marbury, since the last Knicks to win. Like the Knicks haven't had a chip in, 40 years now?
50
years, right? So in 50 years.
52, right?
I wasn't even born the last time the Knicks won a chip. You know what I'm saying? So in that particular case, if he's able to get the Knicks a chip, you know what I'm saying, then he arguably you would have to give him that. You know what I'm saying? Because he's already got a resume. Well, it didn't happen last year. It may not happen this year, but if it happens within the next couple of years, he's only going to keep building on top of whatever he's.
So he has to win a chip.
To be the greatest Knick ever? Yes.
If he doesn't, where does he fall?
He's gonna be a Knick Hall of Famer. Like who's my favorite Knick of all time, honestly, still to this day, was Carmelo Anthony. That's my favorite Knick. Now, does that make Carmelo Anthony the best Knick ever? No.
I think Melo ain't in Brunson's league in terms of Knicks, not talent wise, not skill wise, in terms of Knicks. I think I got to get Pat number one, but to me, Brunson's a close number two. Again, I didn't see Willis and
Wilt
and Earl Monroe and all them shit. But I don't want to take them away from them. They did win the championship.
Not Google. It's not. So what we didn't see? If you could find the footage. This is like real.
That grainy fucking one hand dribbling in circles.
Even if you don't want to look at the game, you could go look at the stats and look at what.
Let me stop. Shout out to my man Frazier. Frazier's the guard.
Yeah. But I think you also got to put like longevity into this as well, because if he has just as many good years now that Pat gave to us, and he's been in and you know what I mean, does the All-Star game, number one dude in the league, and coming back from an injury, he already has like stories already. What was he? I think me and Cash talking about it, right? He first player ever in history to come back from an injury and average 30 points a game,
and 7 assists,
and 7 assists, like
33 points, 33.
Shit is like shit is insane. Like even if he doesn't win a ring, if he could continue to play at this high, if he can play at this high level as a point guard, like it's easy. It's easy when to be considered better than somebody when you're taller than them. You know what I mean? You have more athleticism. Yo, it's hard for point guards to go to a team and say, yo, I'm about to be the best dude in here. What you got to do? You got to stat build. You got to, but when you're the captain of the team, you're the leader of the team, and you're the one making other players better around you. Like, yo, that shit got to be put into some type of category as well as shit in his arsenal, because you know, it's easy for Patrick to always get the ball, but like if Karl Anthony Towns continues to go to the playoffs and averages 25 and 7 for the next 10 years with the Knicks, we're never going to compare him to Patrick Ewing.
Well, not. But he'll be a great Knick, right?
He'll be a great Knick, but we're not going to say he was one of the best Knicks. It's going to be an easier conversation for us to say, yo, this nigga Jalen Brunson took lesser pay to build a better team. Yo, there's a lot of things, there's a lot of things that we can say about Jalen Brunson that no Knick has ever done or ever probably will do after him. And if it does happen again, it's gonna happen so far down the road, we might not all even be here.
And what exactly is that? What is that thing that we could say about him? And this ain't me. What is Jalen Brunson? Said it.
I'm saying it right now. It's gonna be very hard for. I already think right now he's a better point guard than Stephon Marbury, and I think Stephon Marbury was the best.
I love Marbury, but I think
between him and Mark Jackson.
I think he's better.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Like, I don't want to say skills wise. I'm just talking about like what he's done. His career,
impact,
and the impact of the game. That's what I'm saying. You have to apply that.
I would have to agree.
And I love Marbury. I fuck with Marbury.
I would have to agree with all that. Only and the reason why I have to be because it works better the way this team is being coached. He literally is controlling it better than Marbury. Marbury either had to go nut and do it on his own, and we not win. Like we're taking some loss because Marbury doesn't know how to dial it back. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
I don't think Marbury's IQ is like Jalen Brunson's IQ. If we want to talk about the guy's IQ. Maybe he's got the best IQ out of
definitely the best clutch.
If y'all want to say that Jalen Brunson has the highest basketball IQ,
he got a better post game than our center.
Any Knick I've ever seen, I would give you that because cerebrally, the way he plays the game, I've never seen another Knick play like that. So I'll give him that, but I'm not.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make him the best Knick ever. Not
yet. It's only year 3.
And the other part about that is, not for nothing, if Cat continues to do what he's doing as a Knick,
you gotta have this conversation about him too.
And he wins a chip, then I would have to say, yeah, he might end up being better than Patrick Ewing to me.
Cat?
Yes.
That ain't better than Pat.
If Cat continues,
he's talking about Towns. He's talking about
if Cat continues to
if Cat does win a title, then
he wins a chip, he's not better than Patrick Ewing?
Nah, no way.
Oh, interesting.
Not a better Knick. What is he like? You know what I'm saying? Like he's not the man.
But,
listen.
Right, Pat had 15 years with the Knicks and a lot of heartbreak.
Yeah, but Cat Cat's 1B. Cat's 1A to Brunson's 1. Pat was 1. Right?
That's not true.
Who was 1?
Pat was number 1.
Yeah. Pat was number 1, but Pat had a lot of talent around him. A lot of talent.
Not a lot of scoring
talent. Offensive talent. He had a lot of bruises. He had a lot of
offensively. Who was the
Oakland
second guy?
Mason
Starks
can never take over a game.
I
like
love
Mason
Starks,
and Oakland can't take over a game.
Sprewell only played,
but he was already beat the fuck up at that point. Pat didn't even play in those finals.
Sprewell, Mark Jackson, but Mark Jackson wasn't necessarily.
I love Mark, but Mark was out of there early.
Yeah, Mark Jackson wasn't necessarily a scorer.
Strickland wasn't there for a long time.
Charles wasn't really. Charlie Ward and Charles, they were never really scorers because. But
Houston maybe
Gerald Wilkins.
Gerald Wilkins, hell no.
Gerald Wilkins.
You might as well say Trent Tucker, nigga.
Yeah. What did he used to sing again?
That was Dominique's little man's.
That was Dominique's brother.
That was Dominique's little man's. Come here, little G.
He sound like a singer or some shit.
Come on, Jerry. Dominique used to be like, "Come on, Jerry, let's go home."
Patrick Ewing existed in a league that required that. That was a big man's league still. That was when the game had to go through the big man. You have to use Patrick Ewing. He has to be the number 1 option because of the way the game was played.
Mike had Scotty. Elijah Wan had Drexler.
Right.
Shaq had Penny. Fucking Stockton had Malone. Like there was always a second fucking guy.
In that particular case, that would either have to be Starks or to get him to rock like Starks was. Starks.
No, Starks.
It was Mark. It was Mark at first.
Could have been Mark. Should have been Mark. They let go of Mark too quick. And Action Jackson, all the crazy. I love Mark. You know, fucking Shady, not Shadyville. Where's he from? St. Albans, stand up. You know
Y'all
what I
be
mean?
acting like y'all act like Patrick didn't also have Allen Houston to as a weapon for a while.
That was on the later years when
Yeah, that was
Pat
like
was,
the
you know what I'm
later
saying?
years
Pat
and
was
shit.
declining at that point.
Yeah.
But Pat was
He had
a
a
really
declining
skilled,
LJ. Like he didn't
yeah.
have these niggas in a
Yeah.
Pat was a really skilled big man. Like
Yeah,
Pat
they
had
were.
a jump shot. He was the first big man with a real pure jump shot. Like
Yeah, no question
he had
about
a
it.
pure jump shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
little spin
He was a
around,
real
that little
good
spin fade away.
Yeah, his post game was
real
crazy.
Post game was silly.
official doofy nigga too. Like one of them motherfuckers.
I'm gonna tell you why Pat was doofy. Because the nigga never cut the peak, man. Like the nigga fade was dope,
Get
but
rid of
Yeah,
that
the
yo,
nigga always had the little
shit.
Dracula shit going on, man.
with the widow's peak, yo. He looked like, what was that, like Eddie Munster? Or
There were
whatever?
certain niggas back then that just couldn't figure out haircuts. Patrick Ewing
He
was one
looks
of
younger
them.
now.
Will
looks
Smith
younger
was
now
one of
than he
them.
did
Will
20
Smith was
years
one of them.
ago.
Will Smith
Yeah,
cut
he
used to
had
be whack.
He had the worst fucking flat top ever.
Isaiah Thomas's fade used to be whack as
Oh,
fuck
God.
back in the day. There's certain niggas who couldn't figure it out, even with all the fucking money.
Niggas combing their hair backwards.
Yeah. Maurice Cheek shit was always nervous.
Wow.
Mo Cheek shit. You know what I'm saying? Who else had whack
Wow.
bad haircuts back in the day? Man, there's so many, man.
There's a
Fuck
lot
yeah.
of bad
There's a lot of bad haircuts back.
Dominique shit was used to be flavor though. Dominique had the flat top. You know what I
With the
mean?
S curl and shit in his shit.
Yeah. Oh, AC Green was looking like straight out of Compton. You know what I'm
Pack this
saying?
shit up, bro. His shit is crazy.
Dominique is like one of them old greasy dudes that you hate to see like coming on the court. Like, damn, this nigga all greasy and shit. Like,
Coming
like
on the
this
court.
nigga got
Yo,
the
Sean
Oh,
Kempsey,
Jerry
coming in the
curl
court.
in his
I got to pin
Jerry
on
curl
that
in his joint.
Christ.
Christ.
You know, I think, Jesus Christ, it's crazy. Oh my God. Wow. No, that reaction was to my words.
Greasy nigga coming on the court. God damn.
That was crazy.
That's wild. That shit
That's
looks
good.
Holy shit.
like yo, damn, dude.
Oh, man.
Crazy nigga
You
come.
hate that you hate to
I didn't
see him
even know
coming
I-
on the court. A greasy
Yeah, I didn't even
nigga
know I was
coming
up.
on the
I didn't
court.
even know I was up.
A
Damn.
crazy nigga coming on the court. That's
On that note, ladies and gentlemen,
Yo, hey guys, how do I turn this off?
on that note, ladies and gentlemen, yo, we thank you for your time.
Oh God.
that was crazy. That was
Oh
crazy.
shit,
Oh
yo.
my God.
Game five Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Get
I mean,
these
I think
bums
everybody
outta
on
here.
this call is saying, basically, we know for a fact that the Knicks are going to win this game. Is it going to be a blowout or is it going to be a close game? What do y'all think?
I think it's gonna be the Knicks win by 15.
15?
10-15, yeah. 10-15.
Cash?
I think it's gonna be another close game, man. Another close.
Yeah,
game.
I think I'm gonna fuck with Ryder there. I think Knicks is gonna get
15.
them by double digits. Yep.
Double digits? Kill?
Yeah.
Kill?
I think they already got their.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be 15, but I don't think it's gonna be close. I say like 8 to 10 points. You know what I mean? I think like 8 point, like an 8-point victory. You know, it's gonna be like something that they're never gonna be able to come back
I
with.
think they
I don't
pack
think it's
these
gonna
niggas
come.
up and get
I don't
them
think
the
it's gonna
fuck
come
up out
down
of
to
the
like the
garden.
last shot. You know,
Take Chauncey with you. Take Ben Wallace, no
all these
scoring
niggas.
ass. Take the
outta
nigga
here.
with this. Take the nigga with no goatee.
Yo, what's gonna be scary is that like when the Pistons are gonna have to be walking to their bus, how the Knicks fans are gonna be like, yo,
They be out there waiting.
You
Seventh
know what,
half
matter of
is there
fact-
right there, like on the side
know
right
what?
there. They be coming out.
I'm still tight, man. Tim Hardaway, your big ass head, man.
Yo,
Yo,
whoa.
Why they keep cutting to him, man, in them damn games? He on the side like this.
Hold on. I'm still tight,
Every time-
nigga.
every
Tim
time
Hardaway
he's
is
in a
big
shot.
head. Hold on.
yo, and the award goes
Yo,
to
this. You got the award today.
yo, the applause award.
You know, I think, Jesus Christ, it's crazy. Oh my God. Wow. No, that reaction was to my words.
Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway with his
Yo,
big
I'm
ass
tight.
head.
Tim Hardaway with his big head.
big ass head.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's fucked up. That's going up on TikTok tomorrow.
Yo, the Ron,
You got.
the Ron's like, I'm out of here.
I'm totally oblivious, man. Like, you see, I think I'm getting too adult for this pause game. You know, yeah?
God. Wow.
Nah.
I'm taking the high road now.
Oh no.
Nah.
Doesn't
There's only
apply
one
to
road,
me.
brother. There's only one road, and that shit is deep down in the mud with everyone else.
You guys are being ridiculous.
You know I wrote.
Ridiculous. He said you guys are being ridiculous.
Yo, D, don't worry about it, man. Listen, we this is crazy. It get crazy on this month.
Yo, there'll be better days.
Nah, but man,
Q
like I
has
said,
had episodes where he's gotten beat the fuck up. It's all
I fell off a chair one time in the middle
Yo,
of
the
the
nigga
interview.
fell off a chair in the middle of the fucking interview.
Nah, but seriously,
with Corey
they
Spinks
keep-
Jr., former undisputed champion. This nigga fell off the chair and Corey Spinks started laughing at this nigga. Live on the shit was crazy, nigga.
Oh man.
But anyway, all right, man. We out of here.
Gentlemen, take us home.
Take us out.
Who taking us out today? Pause.
Yo, man, this has been another one. Drunk Sports Talk with my man Deron, my man Cash, my man Q, my man Jay, myself. It's been a pleasure. Catch us next time. Follow us. You know, it's gonna be more hits. You know, we'll see you after the Knicks advance to the next round.
That's right. Knicks and
100%.
Salud.
Salud.
Peace. Peace.